This creature had distinctly pronounced claws and a long, almost serpentine torso. It is not excluded that ancient legends about dragons were based on a real animal not yet described by science. In any case, Amazonia is a world unlike any other, from anomalies and horrifying creatures to truly ghostly beings. You are watching the Top Facts channel, and right now we will transport ourselves to the Amazon and its incredible creatures. Where even satellite navigation falters, before the primeval thickets, a group of pioneers encountered miniature beings resembling trolls. The expedition proceeded along its usual route until the participants noticed a stocky creature, as if entwined with foliage, the height of a child. At first, the figures were lost in the greenery, so the researchers gave chase, hoping to discern details. But the trolls, clearly unwilling to become stars of the chronicle, darted through the undergrowth with unexpected agility. The pursuit ended in nothing. The invisibles dissolved among the trees. It later emerged that those mysterious little ones belonged to one of the Amazonian tribes that had not yet had contact with civilization. Who could have thought that the Amazon has its own pocket secrets? During some agricultural work, people discovered in a field a strange creature with enormous, frighteningly expressive eyes. Its thick, ruffled fur immediately indicated that it was not a newborn animal. The internet boiled over with hypotheses, and commentators argued that it was a mutant, an alien, or outright an evil spirit. Look into the comments and share your version. What do you think that creature caught on camera might be? Rare footage from late June 2021. Dozens of members of the uncontacted Mashco Piro people emerged from the depths of the forest in search of food. It is considered that this is the largest tribe in the world avoiding contact. They live in southeastern Peru, far from the benefits of civilization, and their everyday life remains a mystery. For us, this fleeting glimpse into a closed world is like a crack through which one can peek into the past. A fisherman who had set out for another catch had his day go completely off course. Suddenly, he noticed on the water's surface something resembling an ordinary log fragment. When he looked more closely, the man realized it suddenly dove under the water and disappeared. Onlookers dismissed it as simply a piece of wood, but the fisherman insisted firmly it was a living creature. Watch the video again. Is that a fin or a cunning swimmer? We have not yet discovered. The networks erupted with debates when a video of a new armadillo arrived from the Amazon. Some insisted that it was indeed an armadillo, others that it was a pangolin. But as soon as they saw the way the creature tore through a wall, doubts evaporated. Neither armadillos nor pangolins behave like that. Its mannerisms and appearance do not fit into any familiar classification. A new discovery or an underrated old-timer? Speak boldly. Together we will figure out who this mysterious armored guest is. In dense Scottish thickets, which in no way resemble the Amazon, a tourist stumbled upon a tiny, apparently lifeless creature hidden among the branches. Its sharp, almost deliberately positioned teeth and corpse-like posture made the traveler's blood run cold. The mind involuntarily conjured thoughts of a werewolf just born into the world. Reason suggested keeping distance, and the explorer, unwilling to risk touching the foundling, hastened to retreat to a safer part of the trail. And here is a story about a fisherman who found underwater a perfectly camouflaged monster. The man, seeing something strange on the bottom, thought to poke it with his finger. The reaction was lightning fast. The invisible one jerked so sharply that it nearly struck the observer. Fortunately, the fisherman managed to spring back. Otherwise, the monster's jaws could have snapped shut on his hand. The internet exploded with discussions. Is this a real dragonfish or a trick of the mind? Personally, I lean toward believing that the fisherman's brain played a cruel joke, seeing a pattern on a stone and perceiving it as a living creature. And would you risk touching the unknown? When a video surfaced showing a shapeless creature moving across the floor of an abandoned hut in the Amazon on tiny legs, most viewers barely managed to click, "No, thank you." Bereft of a face, it moved so unevenly and eerily that it seemed like a living legend. In reality, everything turned out more down to earth. It was a vampire bat that prefers to sneak in and drink the blood of a sleeping animal rather than flap its wings. In 2021, a researcher discovered an entire colony of such devils in a dilapidated hut and, unable to endure the sight, dashed away. Yes, the Amazon's tales can be frighteningly true. Yet another sticky spectacle. The cameraman was filming the forest when he noticed a slimy, alien-like organism. Lacking familiar limbs, this worm-like creature suddenly lunged right at the camera as if intent on driving off the unwelcome guest. The clip instantly became a hit. Some screamed about alien arrival, others about a viral prank. What do you think? Is it a real monster or a skillfully crafted horror? Late in the evening, a group of adventurers was exploring the brambles when something indescribable crawled out from under a fallen log. A wide face, gleaming eyes, moving on all fours without fear. The travelers tried to scare away the stranger, but it merely straightened its shoulders and crawled even closer. Nerves gave out. The team retreated, concluding that they had encountered an unknown tribe or, worse yet, an emissary from other worlds. What kind of bird is this? All in shaggy feathers on the outside, resembling a dark fantasy figure. Is it a wet cassowary or an escaped lab emu? But it is definitely not a friendly parrot. The height of the feathered creature was never determined. Some footage showed it taller than a person, others almost dwarf-like. We await hints from ornithologists. Perhaps someone will recognize this winged mystery. A night forest, a trap camera, a quiet rustle, and suddenly a little animal scuttles into view as if straight out of an anime screen. Round ears, red fur, button-like black eyes. The internet instantly dubbed the finding a wild Pikachu, though the truth is prosaic. It is a golden possum. This agile forest acrobat loves to appear unexpectedly and always makes a sensation. Let us move from the gloomy forest to the no less mysterious Indonesia. There, on the surface of a restless river, local residents discovered the carcass of monstrous proportions, approximately 23 meters long and no less than 4 meters wide. The colossus rocked gently on the waves like an ancient guardian weary after a centuries-long watch. The village boiled over with rumors. Some claimed that a mythical beast responsible for recent mysterious disappearances dwells in the water, while others seriously took an ancient caricature of Godzilla as prophecy. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. These waters are now approached with reverent caution. And now, to the cable car of Costa Rica. Imagine, you are carelessly gliding above the treetops when suddenly among the cables you see a clump of fur covered in thick green algae. A boy tourist and the guide froze. Before them was a sloth, but not an ordinary one. It was overgrown with algae and insects. Its claws, like miniature sickles, were hooked onto the cable, and the creature, apparently enjoying the view, dangled there. The guides reassured the boy, but his heart still clenched. What if the animal decided to test the strength of the steel rope? Fortunately, after a brief pause, the sloth lazily climbed onto the nearest tree and, it seemed, did not even notice that it had become the star of the day. A little farther north, in the Amazon tributaries, fishermen pulled from the mud a living stone. A gnarled shell, barnacles, algae. At first, it was impossible to tell where the creature's head was. But when the mata-mata, turtle's snout, emerged from the water, everyone understood. Before them was the rarest turtle, whose camouflage rivals that of the best spies. The fishermen rejoiced at the find, examined the shell, and, realizing how precious a gift of the river it was, gently returned the mata-mata back to the murky depths. Let us move to Mexico, where an old legend says that witches can transform into owls. In a night recording, the camera captures a large bird with a piercing gaze. Its wings are spread, feathers bristling, and in the darkness there flows the sensation of sorcery. Viewers were quick to proclaim, "This is the very Chechele, the witch owl." Superstitions immediately revived, for according to legend, seeing such a creature means summoning fateful changes. Superstition or not, but the footage takes your breath away as if opening a portal to the world of ancient beliefs. Clips seeming torn from Jurassic Park. A tiny yet bold green reptiloid with an impressive frill lunges in pursuit of a person. On close-up you can see, this is a frill-necked, crested little dragon of New Guinea. Villagers, seeing its opened collar, took it to be almost a devil and hastened to call the animal rescue service. The rescuers carefully moved the hot-headed lizard into a sanctuary where it can now flaunt its royal frill without frightening passers-by. From the tropics back to the equally wild Amazon, where lucky sailors caught sight of the rare scally salmon. The fish astounded with its momentary appearance, a long, perfectly streamlined body, a tail with a light silvery sheen, and a keen sense of smell, able to detect the scent of prey from many hundreds of meters away. The sailors first admired the beauty of the giant, and then learned that this species plays a key role in the ecology of the local waters. Their amazement doubled. The trophy turned out to be not only beautiful, but also vital for the health of the river. For those who crave truly titanic scale, scientists from the Apapa project raised from the water a 6-meter arapaima weighing nearly 300 pounds. The muscular, torpedo-shaped giant, flashing bronze highlights, put up a real battle on the fishing line. Each of its movements felt like the jolt of a small boat. But the value of the encounter is not only in its size. Before the researchers was a living relic from prehistoric times, one that has survived perhaps all the dinosaurs. Continuing the line of dangerous creatures. At night, a team of naturalists came across a bushmaster, the largest venomous snake of the New World. In the dim light of the flashlight, the reddish diamonds on its back shimmered like embers. One brave soul decided to take the pit viper with bare hands. There was a slight hiss, black eyes, and then the snake was free again, slithering back into the nighttime undergrowth. The team was shaken for a long time. Not every day do you hold in your palms the embodiment of ancient terror. Australia, a country where even branches seem determined to scare you. A tourist noticed a stick that suddenly began to move. Looking closer, he discerned a frighteningly long body, endless limbs, and a head as if stitched onto the wrong torso. Photographs spread across the internet, but only an experienced entomologist calmed the public. It was Paraiate cornutus, a rare pheasant-like phasmid. But the relief came slowly. The moving branches had truly been bizarre. Now, footage shot from inside a car in a gloomy forest. A wolfish creature crossed the road, large enough to hold a small pony. Its eyes sparkled in the headlights, and the passengers' hearts froze. The internet buzzes. Some claim it is a relict dire wolf. Others see simply an extremely large male gray wolf. And while the debate continues, people in those places try not to stop on the roadside without necessity. The next video, filmed in Thailand, resembles a nightmare. From behind a half-ruined wall, a muzzle protrudes, half resembling an elephant calf, half a sea lion. The creature emits a low rasp, as if preparing a ram to break through the wall. The clip became instantly viral. Some swear they saw an elan, the mysterious jungle spirit. Others blame video editing. But, as often happens, the more incomprehensible the footage, the brighter viewers' imaginations. Continuing the theme of smaller height monsters, amid the cicada's crackle, a camera traps an intimidating Goliath water bug. It stalks Fry and then fires its rostrum like lightning, injecting enzymes that rapidly liquefy the prey. Viewers are especially struck by this monster's care. The male water bug fanatically guards the egg clutch until they hatch. Neither the size nor the seeming clumsiness prevents it from hunting, even young snakes. A group of tourists exploring an abandoned section of forest stumbled upon loose, spherical, whitish bodies. One brave soul cautiously cracked open a shell, discovering perfect translucent eggs inside. The internet was swept by a wave of speculation, from alien embryos to byproducts of secret laboratories. There is no scientific answer yet, but the forest, seemingly studied from top to bottom, has once again proven that it holds mysteries beneath every root. Another fisherman pulled from the water a creature resembling a unicorn fish, a jellyfish, and a chameleon all at once. Its body was translucent, its fins resembling legs, and its tail like a seahorse's mane. Some swear it is a spawn of the abyssal seas. Others see in it a new reptile adapted to saltwater. The clip turned into a puzzle. No ichthyologist has yet given a definitive conclusion. In one South American region, a man was struggling with a blocked water pipe and nearly lost consciousness when the head of a giant snake appeared from the pipe. Judging by its girth, it was the very queen of the Amazon, an anaconda, that had decided to expand her domain using human plumbing. Fortunately, professionals were able to carefully extract the uninvited lodger and return her to where pipes do not intersect with living spaces. On a South African night road, headlights caught a swift shadow. In a second, the animal crossed the road, dragging in its jaws a striped trophy resembling a young zebra. Upon closer examination, observers inclined to conclude it was a spotted hyena, a born scavenger and hunter. But skeptics see another creature, perhaps a mutant or a hybrid. Until cameras capture a clear shot, the mystery will remain on the roadside. Let us return to snakes. Tourists, making their way through a marshy thicket, witnessed a rare spectacle. A massive anaconda decided to climb a tree to reach a bird's nest. The bark cracked, the branches bent. The giant lost its grip and fell into the mud. At first fear, then nervous laughter. Even seasoned naturalists have to see such a stunt only once in their lives. And here is an even greater surprise. By the edge of the trail, a camera captured a huge snake deliberately crawling into an earth burrow barely larger than its body. What is this? Seeking a cool lair or hunting rodents? Network users debate furiously while the clip accumulates new millions of views. A night shoot in a mossy forest. From the ground rises a creature resembling living tree roots. Tentacles writhe like a terrestrial octopus. The author compares the sight to the weeping willow from Magical Tales. While scientists have not reached the site, the entity has vanished, leaving only scattered clumps of soil. Las Vegas, a deserted canal. On the damp bank, a small horror unfolds. A black, oil-like clump slowly moves, revealing many tiny limbs. Eyewitnesses felt they had met venom on vacation. Some claim it is a colony of bristleworms, others that it is an experimental organism that escaped from a nearby laboratory. While clarity remains elusive, the clip only fuels the imagination. The jungles of Thailand deliver a new sensation. A researcher discovers a frog the size of a small puppy. Its golden brown skin gleams metallically, and its eyes shine amber. The frog appears to be a Malayan giant river species, capable of paralyzing prey with a single touch of its poisonous skin. After a photo session, the naturalist gently released the beauty, and the footage transformed into a living exotic textbook. An indistinct video from a murky river shows a behemoth resting underwater. Some take it for a giant gecko. Others see in the silhouette an abnormally large caiman. A few seconds, and the creature vanishes into the depths, leaving only a gentle swish of sediment. New expeditions are already being organized because the mystery demands answers. The subscriber footage segment. In October 2017 in Zhangjiakou, China, a long vertebrate with a massive dragon skull and wing limbs surfaced. 10 million views debate whether this is the immortal dragon of folk tales or someone's masterfully crafted prop. The evidence remains shaky, so every viewer's version holds weight. A man suddenly feels an eastern diamondback rattlesnake crawling along his leg, his heart in his throat, blood roaring in his temples, and the snake, as if testing the man's courage, slowly climbs higher. After agonizing moments, the trembling tourist finally found a stick and carefully nudged away the dangerous guest. The lesson is simple. Even while resting on a break, jungles and deserts continue to live their sometimes deadly lives. A morning promenade turned into a nightmare when a figure with human outlines and a terrifying face emerged from the bushes. The young man ran for his life, and the mysterious silhouette chased him but vanished as suddenly as it appeared. The police scoured the area. Nothing. Yet on the internet they argue, was it a costume-wearing drunk or a creature science has not yet described? A rarity among rarities, the Chinese giant salamander. The footage was shot by a diver who noticed its flat head and marbled skin lying on the bottom like an ancient boulder. These amphibians are under threat of extinction, so encountering one is equivalent to winning a lottery. The Amazon offers scientists a new discovery, a long, seven-striped, almost serpentine worm without eyes. Biologists quickly identified it as the rare blind earthlight worm, which locals call light lungs for its love of damp soil. In the hands of an ornithologist, a wryneck woodpecker, the bird, like a circus performer, spins its head 360 degrees to ward off potential enemies. The mask of apparent mystique falls away. Nature needs no special effects. It can amaze on its own. And to conclude, something caught by fishermen at Coney Island. On the hook wriggles a scaled body that looks both like a fish and a miniature crocodile, only with 3 legs. The audience speculates, a mutation, a new branch of evolution, or a joke for likes. There is still no definitive answer, but it is obvious. Our oceans are still full of surprises. Here is how our episode turned out. If you enjoyed it and you want to see the next part or something similar, then please like, subscribe to the Top Facts channel, and right now, click on one of our previous most interesting episodes that have appeared on your screen, that have appeared on your screen, that have appeared on